How do you study Wicca or witchcraft without a coven? Hi, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, and if you are a Wiccan or a witch and you're wanting to explore more about Wicca and witchcraft, then hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss anything. In this video, I wanted to talk about what you can do if you don't have access to a coven. Because a coven is really where the juice, or a group, community, having training with somebody or a group of people who have walked the path ahead of you, is really the best way to learn. I love books. Books are great. I do a lot of reading, and I'm totally a bookworm, and I'm totally behind books being a great introduction to knowledge and a great introduction to some techniques and how to do things. But I also know, from having been in the craft for over 28 years now, that it is other people that we really learn from, and it's also from putting what we've read into practice that we really start to learn. And as valuable as books are, you cannot beat investing your time and money in working with other people, working with a teacher or a mentor or a coven environment if you don't have access to that. So how do you do it if you're not in a coven? Well, first of all, go to the books. Go to Google, read some blogs, go to the library, read some books. Just fill yourself with the knowledge. So when we're looking at what's called the witch's pyramid, which is to know, to will, to dare, to be silent, and to go, you're looking at the to know as the knowledge, and the knowledge can come initially to you via books. Great place to start. The will is about your willingness to be able to maybe implement what you've been reading from your book. Maybe trying a spell, trying a simple ritual if the book shows you how to do a simple ritual. I always back books by Scott Cunningham because for beginners, it's very simple. And even though there may be criticism about Cunningham's work in regard to it being oversimplified, because there's a lot of books out there now that give you a lot more complexity, when it comes to starting, you don't want those really complex books because you're just going to get overwhelmed by all of the practices, all of the stuff, and just go, I don't know where to start. Start simple. Simple book, Scott Cunningham's A Guide for Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner. Totally recommend that book as a place to start. Really simple rituals that are really easy to do, and you don't need much in regards to ingredients to do the rituals or the spells that are in there. Having done that, having the will to do some practice, it's also about daring. Get out of your comfort zone. The daring is about having the courage to try something you may be scared of doing. If you're scared of doing a spell, try it. Find the daring within you. If it's a simple spell, like if it's a sympathetic magic spell where you're just using some herbs and you're just calling on the god and goddess, nothing bad is going to happen to you. Okay? If it's something that's quite benign that you're wanting, nothing bad is going to happen. And even if you stuff the spell up or think you've stuffed it up, don't worry about it. Everything is a learning experience. There is no perfection in the universe. So don't try being perfect when there is no such thing as perfection. The only perfection in the universe is the universe itself. The perfection in nature, the perfection in the divine. So that's where the perfection is. So don't worry about trying to get everything perfect. Just try it. Be daring and try. The next is to be silent. So you may find yourself in situations where you're not able to share your practices or your spirituality with other people because people still have a very negative view of witchcraft. So you may need to be silent. If you're doing magic, you know you do need to be silent because you don't want other people negatively influencing your work. But being silent also means starting to learn meditation. Starting to quiet the mind so that the mind can start to be silent so that you can do better magic. And also if you're doing divination or scrying, you need to be able to get into that quiet space. So that means if your books on witchcraft aren't teaching you how to meditate, then you need to learn how to meditate. So that may mean you might need to do some meditation classes or find some good books on meditation. So that's another thing that you need to be able to do. And to go, bringing your spirituality out into the world and into your life means just treating everything in life as sacred. Spending more time in nature so that when you're out in nature, feel the sand under your feet if you're walking on the beach. Walk on the grass if there's no bindies. Feel what nature feels like. Get a sense of being in touch with nature so that you have that relationship with the energies. Give offerings, whether it's just bread or water or milk, to the local spirits wherever you live. So that just simply is acknowledging that we do share this space with otherworldly beings, and if we want to be friends with the energies that we live with, then doing offerings, whether they're daily offerings or weekly offerings, to the local spirits and nature spirits is really wonderful, because they can help you out in your magic if you ever need to utilize their help. And they can also help protect you if you have a special spot in the forest or the woods or whatever you call it, whatever country you're in. If you make offerings to that place regularly, then you're going to be getting in a friendly relationship with the local spirits of the land, and they will help you out and keep you safe as well. Always make sure that if you are alone in the woods, that you do make yourself safe, because there are unsavory people around and you don't want to be attracting any negative attention to yourself from other people. So that's the kind of thing that you can do when you're working solitary, when you're working on your own to begin with. Just take your time to enjoy the learning process and developing that connection with nature, reading the books, trying a few things, knowing the witch's pyramid of to know, to will, to do, to be silent, to go. And then when you're ready, you can start to get more training with another person, or if you can find a coven, with a coven. A coven is a huge commitment. It is like being part of a family. And I loved being part of a coven. We had so much fun. It is a commitment though, so you need to be aware that if you're going to join a coven, you need to be committed to being part of that group environment, because groups only survive by having members in them. So it means you need to commit in some way. Otherwise, there are other things available to you these days, and because we have an online environment, there are courses that you can take online that also involve online communities. I have a course called the Mystery Witch School 101. It's a 12-month course, and I combine the witchcraft, the magic, with the spiritual aspect and with the inner work, the self-inquiry as well, to give you that all-round approach to developing your purpose, your potential inside yourself, as well as being able to use magic to help create the world that you want to create around yourself. Check that out. The details are in the description field below. And that's pretty much all I want to say for if you're starting out. Take your time, enjoy getting to know things, and then when you're ready, start looking for a teacher and really start to commit to your path, because the only way to really learn something is from other people. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.